Aging isn't for the faint of heart. And yes, it's wonderful and magical and beautiful. And yes, it is a privilege that is denied to many. There are some eye opening realities that go along with aging. Today, I want to share a few of the brutal truths about life over 60. And trust me when I tell you, you're going to want to stick around for this. My name is Eva, and this is Women Blazing Trails. The very first brutal truth about life after 60 is that many of us tend to live with regret. And I'm talking about regret from, not apologizing to people that have maybe already passed on. Regrets of things that you didn't do that you wish you would have done when you were 30. Maybe you were stronger, healthier, whatever, more financially stable back then, and you can't do them now. Regrets for places you wanted to visit and you can't anymore. So we tend to have a lot of regret. And I feel like, I mean, sure, I have regret. And I feel like if you still are healthy and able bodied and all of that stuff, maybe you can't travel, but maybe there's still an apology that needs to be said. Or maybe there is a place that you can still go to that's close by. Or maybe there is still something, a dream that you've long had that maybe you can still fulfill. So don't think that your life is over and you have all this regret for all these things that you never got done. There's still time to do them. The fact of the matter is that a lot of people over 60 do live with regret. And it's really sad. And I feel that I think if you just take the time to appreciate everything that you did do up until this point and have gratitude for where you are at this point in life and not live with regret because it's really just wasted toxic energy and there's nothing you can do about it. If you do have regrets, maybe what a good I think a good idea would be to just write them out and then just burn that piece of paper so they're not sort of seething inside of you anymore. You've got it out and you're done with it and just let them go because you don't need to, don't waste the rest of your years living with regret of the things that you didn't do. The second brutal truth about life after 60 is that you tend to get lonely. And I don't mean like lonely all the time, every day. For me, loneliness sets in, especially at dinner time, because I love to cook for people. I love to have dinner with somebody. I like to have that, that camaraderie around food. So loneliness for me, anyway, lonely, probably for a lot more people than just myself. Loneliness sets in when you're cooking for yourself and you just feel, for me, I just feel sad because I wish I had somebody to have dinner with. So anyway, so the way that I fix that is I will go out for dinner with friends. I try to at least once a month. Once a month, I have my landlord comes over for dinner. I'll make pasta or some other dish and I'll invite, sometimes we just have pizza. He's come over. We've had pizza. So I'll invite my landlord over. I go and have, once a month, I go and have group lunches with a bunch of girls. So reach out to people to help you with this. If you do have feel lonely, especially at meal times, reach out to some friends that have a potluck dinner once a month or something. Just reach out to people because people don't know that you're feeling lonely if you don't tell them, because we don't read minds, right? Another thing, if you're feeling lonely, and just, in sitting at home, watching a movie by yourself or just being by yourself, because many of us are alone. Many of us are feel lonely and we're not living alone. But for those of us who do live alone and we are feeling lonely, you can just pick up the phone and like literally like the phone, or you can FaceTime, like just call a friend. You can journal out your feelings. There's so many ways to deal with that feeling of loneliness when it hits and you don't have to deal with it alone. Call somebody, you can journal, they even have, if it's really bad, they have helplines, free helplines where you can call and just say, hey, you know what? I feel really sad and lonely, and maybe depression is setting in. So you can call a helpline as well if it gets that bad. I hope it doesn't, but really just call somebody, because I bet you the person that you're calling who's on the other end of that line, I bet you they're just as lonely as you are. So that's reason number two. The third reason is that we tend to appreciate life more and we make the most of each day. We get up a little bit earlier in the morning. We want to see the sunrise. We want to take in everything. We want to get outside and go into our yard garden and play with the flowers and the grass. We want to do more things and embrace each and every moment of each and every day because tomorrow was not promised and it's not guaranteed. So we tend to be more conscious and more aware of each and every day, each and every minute of every day, the things that we do, the people that we see, the things that we spend our time on. We just really want to live each day to the fullest and not miss a single minute of any of life's beautiful treasures and gifts that it has to offer us. We've learned to embrace each minute of every day with love and joy and anticipation for more good things to come. Tip number 4 is we become way more aware of our physical health, not only our mental health as well, but our physical health. We want to be strong and flexible and have more balance and more strength in our body as we age. And we may have abused our bodies in the first 50 years of our lives, but now we want to go be strong moving into the golden years. So I'm just doing beginners yoga here. We do exercises, we go to the gym more, maybe we do workouts at home more, but we are definitely taking better care of our bodies now. Tip number 5 about some of the brutal truths about life after 60 is that you start losing friends. And whether it be they've passed on, or your interests have changed, or you've moved, or whatever the case may be, you just start losing friends. And that also leads to loneliness as well, right? I think it's important if you are, if you want to keep having friends or keep staying socially connected, online and outside in the home. Keep reaching out to people and make a conscious effort to get together, once a month, once a week, with a group of women or a group of friends to just, hey, let's go play some cards, let's go watch a movie, do something like that. Because what happens is that as you continuously lose friends, you're going to fall into this place where you're like, I don't really care. I don't really need friends anymore. I'm fine by myself. And then once you're in that mode, then some people start getting depressed, and we don't want that to happen. So make a conscious effort to try to reach out to people. Form a group like if there are no groups in your area, why don't you start one? You can get on Facebook in your area and say, hey, my name is blah, blah, and I want to start this group and let's do this. So, anyway, yeah, that was tip number 5. The sixth truth about life after 60 is that we tend to think about death a little more than we did, say, when we were 25 or 30 or 40. Now, I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm 62, I'm going to die tomorrow. Not like that. I just think we're more hyper aware that death could be kind of just around the corner. And I know the last time talked about this and did a video about this, people lost their shit and thought I was depressing. And that's not what I mean. So y'all needs to calm down. We just realized that our time is kind of running out. We may only have 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. We think about that. We're more aware of that. So we generally tend to try to make the most of our days. And I think this was point number 1 or 2. We try to make the most of our days, the most of our life, the most of everything, embrace everything, because we know that our days are kind of numbered. And that's not depressing. That's just reality. We think about it a little bit more. And I know personally for me, when I start thinking about, I'm gonna die soon, I think about, okay, so if I was to die tomorrow, what are the kind of things that I want to do today? Because I'm not promised tomorrow. So what do I want to do today? Do I want to go eat ice cream? Do I want to go pet more puppies? What kind of things do I need to do that I want to do today because I might not have a chance to do tomorrow? So you're just a little bit more aware of the life. I'm more appreciative of the life that you have today. And in keeping with that whole talk about death, which nobody ever wants to talk about, you have to start thinking about what you're going to do with all your things, right? If you own property, if you don't already have a will or have that in place, you should probably start thinking about, who is going to be the executor of your will. Who are you going to leave to what? And all of the stuff that you have in your house, your pictures, your jewelry, your clothes, all of that. What do you want done with all that? Are you a little bit of a hoarder? Maybe you can start giving some of that stuff away or donating some of that stuff. So we have to start thinking about those things. And it's actually, there's a term for it. It's called death cleaning. Somebody had said something about, oh my God, that sounds so morbid and depressing. That's actually what it's called. It is called death cleaning. It's a Swedish term. It's very popular. And it's simply preparing yourself and your family for the day that, that thing happens, death, that everybody knows where your stuff is going and all of that stuff. So I think that's important to keep in mind, something that you might want to consider doing or learning how to do or reading more about it is death cleaning, so that your family isn't left after you dying. Oh my God, what the hell are we going to do with all of mom's stuff? She has so much stuff, and this just kind of eases that burden a little bit too. And the final note, I think, well, there's a couple of final notes I feel that I want to make about the brutal truths about life after 60. When we're younger and we see older people, sorry about my cat, she's just very chatty right now. And we see older people and they talk about their pains in their knees and their hips and their elbows. And, you're like, oh my God, grandma has so many aches and pains. Like, what's wrong with her? Well, after 60, all these aches and pains start creeping up on you too. So I know personally for me, I have this weird pain in my elbow. Sometimes my knees are like, nah, we don't feel like doing that today. So I think it's important to really be mindful of your physical health, also what you're eating, because what we eat plays a huge role in our physical health as well. Not just, if you eat cookies and donuts and burgers, you're going to get fat, but if you don't eat wholesome, healthy food, the food that you do eat, if you do eat shitty food, it's going to cause inflammation and all your joints and body parts are going to start hurting. So it's important to be mindful of that. Anyway, as we do get older, yes, aches and pains creep up from we don't even know why this body part hurts or what's going on, but it happens. And that is, I think that would be like number 8 of some of the things that happen after 60. And I think I want to close with the final point about life after 60 is that we generally don't really have a filter and we don't really care what you think about us, like what other people think about us. We are totally living life on our terms now. We have no filter. We have this freedom that it's like, I'll wear what I want when I want. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care if you hate my tattoos. I don't care if you think my nose ring is disgusting. I don't care that I don't care. We don't care, because now we are living for ourselves and we are living to make ourselves happy. And we are like free spirits, like total free birds, just fluttering around, living our best lives ever. And that's probably one of the biggest things. And this actually happened to me literally, like, I think I hit like 61 or maybe going into my 62nd year, because I'll be 63 this year. I just stopped giving a shit. I didn't care what people thought of me anymore. I will say what I want to say without hurting people's feelings or being rude, of course. I will speak my mind. I will speak my truth. And it doesn't matter if you like it or if you like me or if you agree. None of that matters. It doesn't matter, because I'm living for myself now to make myself happy and the people around me. I do a lot of volunteering. I try to help people as much as I can. I do all of that now because I want to and I can. So it's very liberating. After 60, you just have this whole new lease on life and your mindset, and you just feel very, very liberated. So anyway, those are my brutal truths about life after 60. Sorry, my cat decided to join in on the last few minutes of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I hope you like the different scenes and the different clips in the video. It's something I think I'm going to start doing just for fun. I do upload every Sunday, and I upload random shorts throughout the week, and I do go live every Wednesday. So just hit the notification bell and you will know when I upload a video or when I go live or when I upload a random short. That's all I got for you. Please don't forget to comment down below. I'd love to hear your comments on the video. I hope you all have an amazing day. Goodbye from sunny Guatemala. Love you.